Welcome to Clock In with Lynn. I am so excited about my guest today, y'all. Woo, woo. Yes, honey. So listen. Get you some popcorn. Do whatever you need to do, girl. Get you a little snack, ladies and gents. Okay. My guest today, he is an American football quarterback. He played 23 years, y'all, in the Canadian Football League. He's one of the best quarterbacks who's ever touched Canadian soil. He has 4 Grey Cup championship rings, y'all. He holds a CFL's Most Outstanding Award. He was inducted into the Canadian Football and Sports Hall of Fame. He's an author. He's a father. Y'all help me welcome my friend, Damon L. Allen. Thank y'all. Here we come. Hey, David!
Well, that's the same kind of introduction there.
Yes,
Let me get my $20 out. Let me get my $20 out so I can give you $20.
Let me turn my volume up. I can't hear you that well. Hey, Damon, I gotta get something to drink. I'm like, I got choked up. That resume too long.
I told you to cut it down.
You're so silly. So yes, how are you?
I'm doing good. It's really nice to be back on American soil because I've been living in Canada for the last 30-something years. So I was living there, and eventually I came back home, and it's really nice to be back to where you were born, visiting San Diego, seeing my parents who live in Carlsbad, and to be able to see your siblings too. And so it's been a blessing to be back.
That's awesome. So you were born in San Diego?
I was born in San Diego, yes.
Okay, you're a Cali boy. So let's start from the beginning. How did you get into football?
My brother used to have this saying, my brother Marcus used to have the saying, we were watching TV and watching football on the TV, and he would say he knew what side of the TV he wanted to be in. He wanted to be playing instead of watching. Okay. And so I think that was our first indication of sports. And then plus my father played sports. He was a baseball player majority of the time. And he played some football too. And so he's the one that really taught us about teamwork and working hard. And we loved playing in the street growing up in San Diego. And so we would be out in the street like from morning till nighttime. And don't even remember if we were doing homework and all those different things. But we knew as the Allen brothers, growing up playing football and baseball and all those things, we knew exactly what we wanted to do in life.
So speaking of the Allen brothers, now your brother played in the league as well, Marcus. That was your
yes. My brother played.
I know people like, girl, everybody know Marcus.
Yes, he played in the National Football League for 16 seasons. He's a Hall of Famer as well.
Was he a quarterback too, or did he play something else?
He played quarterback in high school, at Lincoln High School, where we all went to. So he didn't switch his position to running back until he got to college.
Wow. That's awesome. So y'all are just like a little athletic family, huh?
Oh, yeah, we can play. We're very competitive.
I see. Okay, so now you were married for 22 years?
That's correct.
And you're divorced now?
Well, we're in the process.
Oh, you're in the process. Okay. Yeah. So, well, okay. So you're not divorced, so I can't ask you the divorce question yet, so it's already divorced. Okay.
That's right.
So how was it in the league? How was it like dealing with, especially with you being divorced? How did you deal with like groupies or anything like that? Like, because I know that comes with all of the athletic life. So how did you deal with that?
No, it's challenging because especially being a quarterback and you're one of the leaders of the team, at times it's very difficult how to operate among your teammates being a leader and, knowing who you are and understanding the situation that you're in, being married with children and those things. So it could be a bit challenging, and you definitely have to be prepared for all the things that are coming, because anything that can occur off the field also affects the football team and also your marriage. And so it's a very difficult line to I guess perfect, and you're going to have those challenges. And so the main thing is, I think you have to really, I think the one thing that really helps is your spiritual life, and understanding that we're in a spiritual and flesh battle every single day. And so it's what side you want to be on, and me, I always choose to try to feed my spiritual side and not my flesh.
Nice. I like that. So, is there anything that you regret, or you feel anything that you feel like you could have changed with?
No, I think when you talk about regrets, and I think it can work twofold. I mean, there's some parts you can regret and wish that never happened, but you also wouldn't be the person that you are if you didn't have those challenges and you didn't go through those things. So it's twofold, so that's what I would say. I wouldn't say my whole journey and all those things was a regret, but there are some things I wish I would have made better decisions, different decisions. But that's all part of the growing aspect. And these are the things you're constantly learning on a daily basis, regardless if you're 15 years old and you're 50 and 60. I mean, there's still challenges and challenges you're going to face in life, that you're going to have to make decisions of what's best for you or your family and the whole nature. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I'm 60 years old, but
wow, you look good for 60.
I don't feel 60, and I believe that God still has more for me to do, and those are the things I'm in search of. Right?
Well, you're looking great for 60. What do you do to keep yourself looking like that? Okay, Mr. 60-year-old.
Well, I think as you age and you get older, I think you gain more wisdom, and you start to understand, how this earth and the earth that we're living in and how it's operating. And there's certain things that you realize that, when it talks about your mind, body, and soul, those three aspects, it's funny how things come in threes: mind, body, soul, present, history, and future. And so I think in those things, everything that I do, and I've learned to adapt, everything that I do now has something to do with mind, body, and soul. So I got to take care of my mind, which, learning new things, reading more, a variety of things, and educating myself. And then I have to take care of my body, which is exercise, eating good, and, taking care of my temple. And then the spiritual side. Then I have to feed and understand, as humans, we're just not fleshly people. I mean, there's a spirit that's in us that was given to us. And so we have to operate in those things. And so if we're able to do that, then I feel that I can be a balanced person.
Right.
And not have two without for the other. And I would like to have all three.
I know that's right. You gotta have all three.
Yes.
So you just spoke on balance, because I have like the ABC rule in relationships. Like, A, you have to be attracted to the person. B, you have to have balance. C, you have to have communication and commitment. So as far as like balance, it's a little struggle going on right now within the relationship community. So what do you think about the 50-50 rule with the women and the men? I don't know. You probably don't watch a lot of TV like me, or a lot of podcasts like me, but everybody's like this. It's a big debate about the 50-50 rule. Who pays what does the man pay this? The woman pays that. Well, how do you feel about that? How did you How were you in your relationship?
Um, that's interesting because you're going to get a lot of different questions, and depending on how are you raised, the generations that you're in.
How were you raised? How was your parents?
Well, my parents, my father was the man of the house.
Okay.
It's by his rules, and um, he's from the old school, just like my grandparents were. And our desire was to provide, and those are the things that were taught to us. Um, but I can be the sole divider. I mean, divider in our house. Uh, but then now we're in a situation where almost both parents have to work as well, and so you have to be able to adapt, and how we go about living the life that we desire as a couple and as a family. And so I think it all comes down to, yeah, I'm somewhat traditional, but I have to be able to adapt as well, and way our women are. I got a it's a funny thing. I have to
What is that?
keep the conversation going.
Oh, we don't keep the conversation going.
Yeah, so in that situation, I just have to just look at everyone's situation is different. And like you said, they're in the generation that we're living now, women are making more money than men, more educated than men. So I think as a whole, there's still an aspect of what a man still desires, and he still wants to lead and all those different things. And so I think it's a conversation that you need to have with the woman in your life, and have these kind of conversations, and because women still want to be feminine, and they all I listen to these podcasts too. So
It's crazy out here.
no, it is crazy out there, and so they're almost like changing the whole narrative on relationships and how they're supposed to be. But like I said, I'm somewhat traditional, and then I'm somewhat spiritual. So I read according to the Word as well, and so you try to factor all those things in and try to figure out what is best for the relationship that you're in. And
Damien, could you be a house husband? Could you stay at home and she can go out and do all the stuff? You feel comfortable with that?
no, I don't think anyone, because we have a life, and then there's a purpose for our life. And so when that is somewhat out of order, based on the relationship, based on God and how He wants men to operate, I don't think, can I have the ability to do that? I mean, I think anybody has the ability to do that, but would it fit well with your soul,
Right.
and who you are, and would help the relationship, or would that be a challenge in the relationship? Because at the end of the day, as masculine women want to be, and they can take care of my own house and all these different things, that ain't an easy task as well.
I'm not carrying no house on my head.
So yeah, so being traditional, I'm still somewhat traditional, and I would probably weigh more on the traditional side, even though I have the ability to adapt.
Right. Right. Yeah, well, I'm old school too. I don't care what nobody say out here in these streets. I'm gonna keep it the way. I don't want to be a man. I don't want nothing that a man got. I love being a woman. I'm not that. The only thing that I think men and women are equal is equal pay. If we doing the same job, now we gotta get paid the same. But I don't feel like men and women are the same. I don't care, and I don't care who give me bad comments. What I don't care. This is how I feel, and this is what I feel works. So I agree completely. So yes, so I guess you kind of answered the question. I was going to ask you about what do you feel about gender roles, but I think you kind of answered it somewhat. Or do you want to talk about that at all?
Well, gender roles, I don't think you really have to discuss gender roles. I mean, it's some things are just naturally
Right.
meant for the men to do, and there are times, for example, when my wife, when I was married, was working, and I was in my off season, and so now there's things that I had to do around the house because I had young kids, and so man, you learn to do hair, you learn to do it all because those are the things that you have to do to make sure that if you're going to look good, leaving the house, you want your children to look good as well. And so I had to learn to braid, do hair, and all these different things.
Oh, you know how to braid, Damon?
Of course.
Okay, wait a minute, Damon.
Of course. Well, now they're all grown, and I don't have to do all that stuff now. But during that time, I had to learn how to do those things. And so it's all about adapting and filling in when it's needed.
Yeah, I got
even if you have to cook, and so those are the things that just have to be done.
Your next, if you decide, because I want to be respectful since you guys are not legally divorced, if you decide to go through it, if you just get another wife or mate or whatever, does she have to know how to cook?
Of course. Like I don't know what woman wouldn't want to learn how to cook.
Have you been listening to all these modern day people?
I'm just saying, if you're living by yourself and if you don't have a man, then you're gonna have to feed yourself, or you're gonna eat out the rest of your life.
Well, I'm glad you're saying that. Are y'all listening?
No, I'm just saying. Is that what you're gonna do? People,
there's some women that do not want to cook. I was married, I cooked all the time, so. I mean, even if I didn't want to cook, it was just a part of it.
Well, like you said, sometimes, learning how to cook, it doesn't really break up the relationship. It's not the cooking that breaks up the relationship. It's the other things that come along with it and the challenges that they face along with it. So I would assume that a woman would desire to learn how to cook.
Right.
Especially if you find a lot of women are doing more hosting, whether it's a woman's group and all those different things. So if you can't cook, then it's like, oh my goodness.
So speaking of, okay, so I have another question for you. Who's the prize, the woman or the man?
They're both the prize when they meet each other. They're both the prize when
I guess they got sense. Everybody I bring on here got sense. They got common sense. Do y'all hear this common sense, y'all? Okay, I'm sorry, go.
No, they're both the prize, and when me saying that I'm not with my ex anymore, but I'm with someone who, man, she's an amazing person, and she, all the things that a man would need in a woman, she is. And so that helps with a really great relationship, to the point that we can talk about everything. I can share things with her because I trust her and all those different things. And that wasn't always necessary that I had in other relationships. And so, like I said, over time you learn and you realize that, man, there's areas that I need to get better as a man to be able to change, even prepare for another relationship. Because if you don't learn anything and you don't prepare for another relationship, then the same thing is going to happen to the next relationship too. And so, there was a time that about 5 years, man, it was, very challenging. Because in that situation and breaking up, what people don't realize as well is when you're married and you get divorced from your wife or your ex, it's a sense for a man, I believe, it's almost like a divorce from your children too, due to the fact that you're almost like letting them down as well. So it's like a two-forward, and that's why men, I think, who have children take it so very difficult, because most of the time the children's going to side on the mother.
Right.
And deep down, there's a part of man that, we want the children to, support the mother.
Right.
But that's the areas of what men go through, I believe, is not just a divorce from the woman, but there's a sense of divorce from your children, a separation from your children that also affects men. So it becomes twofold and two things on top of one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why men, I think, at times have a difficult time.
Mm-hmm. And you have daughters, right? You have 3 girls, 1 boy.
I have 3 girls and a son.
And what advice do you give your daughters as far as like any dating advice?
Well, I think you try to believe that you do all the work earlier in their lives where they can take heed to. I mean, just like the scripture says, when you train them up early as they go, when they get older, they won't depart from the word. And so I think early on, those are the important years in really setting a foundation for your girls. So when they get old, they won't depart from the conversations or what was taught to them early in their life and those things. And so sometimes you don't have to go through that because, at times you can say all you want to your elder daughters and all that, but there are times they have to be able to go through it.
Yeah.
And learn from it and then apply it in their next relationship or whatever it may be until, they find the person they want. And, those are the things that you pray for and you still pray for, that, that my girls find someone that will love them and care for them and encourage them. And, so to me, I'm a quarterback and I feel not only I can lead, but I can cheerlead.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of quarterback, what are your thoughts on Ciara and Russell Wilson's relationship? Everybody got something to say about them. What are your thoughts on their relationship and their marriage?
Well, it sounds to me that the relationship in their marriage is wonderful, and it seems like it flows. The question that everyone is talking about is more about his football game and what's occurred over the last couple of years. And so that's always very difficult as a quarterback who's quarterbacking the team and also the face of the franchise, is when your teammates are having issues with you. That's very difficult, because if you want any trust that goes on in your ability to play quarterback or lead that team, you want your teammates to believe in you, and that brings out the best in any quarterback when your team believes in you. And so I met Russell a few times, and man, he was an amazing person to talk to, insightful, kind, all those different things. And then there were times that he was as dominant a quarterback than anybody in the league. And so when he went to Denver, everyone's reflecting on the press conference, what he said was going to happen when he got to Denver, and then all of a sudden those things don't occur, and now he's going through criticism. And so if you're a black quarterback and you ain't went through criticism, then something's wrong.
What advice would you give him?
Yeah, because that's a position that has always been questioned.
Right.
That's a position that's always been questioned, our leadership. Can we win the whole thing, and all those variety of things, because I came out in the 80s. So, to see Russell Wilson, Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, and so on, Tyler Murray, and these guys that play quarterback in the NFL, during my time, they were trying to switch my position to another position. And so it's great to see these guys, and I root for these guys to go out there and play well, because it just helps out another generation of quarterbacks that let you know that we're coming. And
right.
You see the movement, because I follow Warren Moon, and then and all the quarterbacks that we've seen after me, and I came out the same time as Randall Cunningham, and we came out of the PCAA conference. I was at Cal State Fullerton, he was at Vegas, and we're competing against one another, and we're good friends. And I remember when he was at Philadelphia, he used to call me all the time and say, "Man, you should be in this league."
Nice.
And so that also, kind of give you the confidence that, but people don't understand when I came out of Cal State Fullerton in my first year in the CFL, I was about 157, 160 pounds.
I think I weigh that now.
Playing quarterback at about 6 feet.
Oh, 6 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So that just lets you know that the concerns the NFL had with me was more about my size and my weight.
Okay.
And that's what pushed me to the Canadian Football League to play quarterback.
Got it. So what advice would you give to like an up and coming like athlete, young in college? What's one major thing that you would tell them, like advice you would give them?
What's difficult is how college football and the transfer portal and what it has done to athletes has really changed the narrative. And back then, and sometimes, I'm treading lightly because it's still fairly new, but at the same time, I would say if I was a coach and I was talking to a quarterback, and I would ask the questions like, not that can he play? I mean, he shows that he has the ability to play, to be a 4-star or a 5-star quarterback in high school. But I would always question the things I would question is, hey, you was in high school and you went to 3 different high schools in 3 years. And so to me, I would question the level of competition and him willing to compete.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it doesn't work out here, I can just get up and go to another place. And to me is, you have a guy who, for example, may be at USC, and he's the backup quarterback at USC.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying any names. I'm just saying he's the backup quarterback at USC, and then he decides, hey, I want to go to another school. I'm gonna go in the transfer portal. So he's one injury away from actually playing, but he goes in the transfer portal where there's 3,500 athletes in the portal trying to get picked up at one of these schools. And so even in that whole concept, it's like, okay, why don't you just stay at the number 2 guy, compete for the job, win the job, and go on. And so it's the same way to me in high school. And so, hey, there's stages. There's things you have to learn. And you got to know what it is to be a backup. Sometimes you got to know what it is to be a starter. So when you play, you understand the whole gamut. And when I went to the Canadian Football League, if you understand my story, like, I didn't think I was going to make the team.
Oh, you thought you weren't going to make the team?
Yeah, even though that I was sought after, was on the neg list. They gave me really good money to a signing bonus because I also played baseball and football. But they played 4 preseason games. I played the first preseason game, only a half of football, and then the next preseason games, because I believe if you want me, then I'm going to play in all preseason games. I didn't play any more the next 3 preseason games. And I'm calling my mom, telling her that, hey, Mom, I don't know if I made the team because
Oh, wow.
I played the first preseason game at a half, and then the next preseason game, I'm sitting in the stands in one game, on the sidelines another. But at that time, they had already made their decision after the half of football, the first game, that I was going to be the number 2 guy. And now they were working on who's going to be the number 3 guy from the previous backup to the new guy. And so I didn't know that, but the whole time they didn't tell me that, oh, you're already the number 2 guy. And so I learned to be a number 2 guy and rooting and watch the games and to be able to come in the game and make a difference because I've been watching if my name is called. And so it's those kind of things that, they're invaluable,
Right.
to go through those experiences and then to play 23 years and start pretty much 20 of the 23 years is incredible.
Are you having any problems?
No.
Oh, because they protected you as a quarterback.
Well, yes, and I think it's also body type. my ability to stay healthy.
Nice.
But my brother Marcus is the same way. He played 16 years running back in the NFL, and
And he played for the Raiders, right?
he played for the Raiders and the Chiefs.
Right.
And like I said, he played 16 years at running back, which that's very difficult. That's a lot.
That's very difficult, right?
And he's walking normal, and he's not having a physical aspect of after playing the game. So yeah, we're very thankful, very thankful. I don't take those things for granted that I can still run up the stairs and still run and throw and play golf and still throw football and run around and all these different things. And so I'm very thankful about that.
And there's some football players, their mind is all over the place. You know that.
And,
Speaking of that, yeah,
absolutely.
What do you think about therapy? Because in just the Black community, it's a little taboo to get therapy. How do you feel about that? Have you ever had therapy?
Well, they're pushing therapy on us due to the fact that they're giving you all these different diagnoses of who you are, and so yes, they're pushing therapy on you. Is there some mental aspects that African American or even humans are going through? I would assume so, but even more so of descendants of slaves and all those different things. There's trauma for hundreds and hundreds of years, and there was no therapy then. So imagine when you have the opportunity to go through therapy, long as it's in the right mindset and direction to really understand who you are as a person, that can bring something out of you to make you want to do something different. And I believe that's what therapy helps, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. I know therapy saved me.
Because why you had to go through therapy?
Because it was just good talking to someone that you didn't have to hear it from. If you you tell a friend, a family member, whatever, you end up hearing it somewhere else. It was good to just let things out that you held in. So I'm an advocate for therapy. I think therapy kind of changed my life. So I've always told people, if you childhood trauma, we got so much trauma. I know I do. I'm speaking for myself, but I'm just saying it's just good. I think it's healing. I think it's self-care. I think it's amazing. So yeah.
No, and I believe that too, because it brings out, it helps with communication, a variety of things. If you're having a difficult time communicating your thoughts and what you want to share and those things, therapy does help, because now you're talking to someone who doesn't really know who you are, and they're learning, and so it's kind of nice to be able to get it out, because you tell a friend, the story has changed like 12 times by the time it gets back to you, and he's like, now that's not the story. That's not the story at all. But it's those things you have to, I guess, be mindful of and understand. But you got to really do your homework on the therapist and those things, because not all therapists, I believe, is good.
Oh no! I have
some are very
secular, but this show can't hold it. I have a crazy story. Almost, I was done with the therapy stuff, but that's okay. But yes. So I don't know if you heard. Do you remember when Shaq made the comment saying that not being able to open up with his significant other, like his woman or whatever, because he felt as though if he did, the women would throw it back in their face. Have you ever experienced that? Or what do you think about that?
No, I believe that's an issue that men have. I think that men deal with as well, and I dealt with it myself. When you do decide to share something, and then it's not like you're sharing something which is out of the ordinary that you wouldn't share, but the question comes back to you is like, what did you do, right? And those kind of things. And so I think that, and I'm not saying I didn't do nothing, because I can be truthful and all those things and share that. Man, I believe that man makes the greatest difference in a marriage when he operates in the fullness of who he is um, being Christ being the head of his man. And so, yeah, so I can always say that, if my relationship didn't work out, I take full responsibility because why it didn't work out. Because I could have been better as a man. And so those are the things that I had to come to understanding about myself. But yeah, getting to your point, yeah, I think a lot of men struggle with that. Which stops them from being honest and sharing because of the judgmental aspect of what they're going to get back if they share something with the person they love.
Wow. And I really admire your spirituality, which is amazing. Wow, that's crazy. That was a moment for me.
Yeah. We all go through it.
Yes. That's crazy. Because it's nothing like, I can imagine being with someone and not being able to be vulnerable or being able to feel safe, right? So yeah, that's crazy. Do you think, I think you said you were in a relationship with someone. Do you see yourself being married again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
I would never say never. And that's without question. I would marry again because, like you said, when you find that person and you find the right person, I think that's easy because of what they bring to you as a man. Because not only encouraging and all those different things that a man would need to thrive and be all that he desires to be. Those are the things that you learn along the way, and you realize that, man, okay, and there's probably no question I could have had the first one, but due to my own.
But you were very young though. How old were you when you got married?
26.
Oh, but it's still young for a man. Y'all.
No, it's young for a man, but if you're waiting for your parents to teach you about marriage and all that stuff, that ain't going to happen either.
But it's not like you got married at 18. My mom got married at 18.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That's all.
When you were growing up, did your parents have conversations with you about marriage?
No.
And
they when I was in 3rd grade.
Right. So you're basing marriage based on what you see among your parents. And at the same time, they don't share everything in a marriage. I mean, my father shared with us, hey, you got to be the breadwinner, and you got to write, certain aspects. But he don't teach you about
He like you being the breadwinner. Now that's good.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying is these are the things, the basic things that men grow up doing, and they realize they have to do more.
Right.
And that's the aspect that they don't realize that they're still a brother, they're still a sibling, they're still a son to your parents, and a variety of different things that you have to, and that you don't even learn all those things as you still continue to grow. I didn't know it at 26, but I clearly know it much better now at my age, due to the fact because I worked at it.
Nice.
In the same time, you have to be able to evaluate yourself. I mean, that's the hardest thing to do. I mean, I can always look out and point a finger at someone and don't realize you got 3 fingers pointing back at you when you're pointing, and to know that okay, those 3, you got 3 pointing back at you, and so that tells you that yourself is really important. And that sometimes, like you're saying, it's harder to dig deep within yourself to change. It's easy to look out to someone else and say what they need to do to change and those things. But I think that's why I stay in evaluation of myself on a daily basis. Maybe not a daily basis, but I constantly reflect on it on a weekly basis at least.
Wow. I love it.
You have to self-check.
I'm loving everything. Thank you so much. But I have one last question. I know you was like, Lingo, you go ask all these. No, this is the last one because I need to know, and this is for the people. Because this is all about, I did this platform to talk about everything. Like you said, like it's so much going on. These podcasts is everybody is talking about all this craziness or whatever. And I do this just so it can be informational, educational, and all these things. So, right? So you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Have you ever been cheated on?
Have I been cheated on? Physically seen with my eyes? No, I haven't.
Or knowing, or you found out, or you heard it, or so you don't know anything about you being cheated on?
No.
Oh, that's good.
No.
Okay, let's go.
No,
okay.
Thinking about it, no, because like you said, because the person would have to say they cheated on you and those things. I've never had this.
No, somebody could tell you. You could have saw something. You could have read something. Somebody could have sent you something. Nothing.
Oh, so I was thinking physically cheating on or having conversations with people.
I mean, I think cheated is cheated. If I'm with somebody, you better not be texting and saying nothing. They don't have like it's got to like I don't play
that. So you don't believe the conversation that
my man can't be
man can
another woman about nothing.
Yeah, I got you.
No, absolutely nothing.
No, I can understand it. Like I said, it's between you two and how.
But
I don't think everybody believes that.
Though.
I don't think everyone believes that, but.
And everybody have their own little thing, but
that's a conversation that the couple should have.
Okay. All right.
But for me, I haven't seen me being cheated on in person. No.
Yeah. Well, okay, Damon. I have enjoyed your conversation. Do you have anything coming out? Like anything we need to know about? Tell the people anything going on?
No, I'm just
you're just chilling.
Putting in work.
You're golfing,
learning. Yes, I mean I golf. That brings the peace on my side.
And you have an organization too, right?
No, I don't have a charity, but I support a lot of charities. So,
okay.
When I was in Canada, I hosted 3 golf tournaments that tackle a variety of different charity components, and so because I love giving back, so
I love that.
Those things are important.
I love that. God bless you.
Thank you.
Hey,
awesome. It's nice to be on. Thanks for asking me to come on. I wasn't sure what I was going to get.
It was all scared. See, I was.
But it was good. It really made me, bring out and think about the things that I always think about, and to be able to share it with your audience and which is always encouraging to me too, is because when you speak things out, then you have to follow through with those same things in your thoughts. And so, thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much, Damon. I wish you all the luck. Thank you for clocking in with Lynn. I appreciate you. You are so amazing. I'm so appreciative. And thank you so much. Have an amazing weekend, and we'll be in touch.
Thanks. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you, Damon.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, friends! I wasn't sure if my comments were working, and I don't know if y'all saw me. I kept looking to see if and Francisco, she always come through. That's my girl, Francisco Perez, honey. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't got no friend like Fran, honey, y'all better go out here and check yourself, because y'all don't have the right kind of friends, honey. So listen, he was amazing. I love Damon. I love how solid he is. He was so truthful, so transparent, and he's just an amazing guy. And like I said, I do Clock In with Lynn for so many different reasons. For uplifting our community, uplifting the world, uplifting everybody. I like to say that I want to be a part of a world that I'm trying to help create, right? So yes. So I thank everyone, all the subscribing, liking, sharing to my YouTube channel. I just love y'all. I love Lynn's friends. Y'all are so amazing. And y'all know, honey, I am a realtor. So listen, people, we talk about money, honey, right? Let's, child. This month, I will be talking about making money, money tips, real estate, all that good stuff, generational wealth, just getting past all this lack, poor mentality. I grew up with it, done with it. I had to unlearn that. That's back there somewhere. I don't know nothing about that poor mentality, lack of everybody trying to scrounge for a penny. That life is so over for me. I don't got time for it. I don't want to be around it. I don't even want to hear people talking about poor. The poor talk, I don't want to hear it. I dismiss myself. I don't care what my finances are. I feel like you have to speak things into existence. You have to know that you're better than your circumstances. You have to believe. You have to trust. If you are a believer, really be a believer and not just say you're a believer. Okay? So if you are a believer, you trust in it. I just don't have time for it, y'all. I don't really have time for really nothing negative. Let's be clear about that. I don't even want to, if I'm on the phone with you and it goes a little too negative talk, gossipy, who this, what's going on, they said who, somebody did what, I'm off. I love you, but I gotta go. Okay? Because I'm just in this journey right now to where I am not trying. How about I take that back? We ain't trying, we doing, honey. We doing in 2024. I just want to be the best version of myself. And being able to do that, you have to surround yourself with positive people. People talking about up, thinking about up, making money, not being careless, not gossiping about who did what, when, where, and how. I don't care. Keep that to yourself. Whoever you want to gossip to and gossip about, I would direct you to the person that you're talking about. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. So yes, this is the year 2024 is a year of soar, meaning up. We're soaring. Okay? I just don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the patience. I don't have none of it. So, family, friends, sister, cousin, auntie, uncle, co-worker, anybody. I'm telling y'all right now, I don't have time for the negativity. Baby, we trying to do things in 2024. I'm changing all type of lifestyles, right? I'm not in it. I don't care. Baby, I don't care at all. I don't care. I don't care. Honey, baby, child, I don't care. Okay? So trust and believe I'm saying this. I love everybody. I wish everybody well. Honey, you can love people from afar. Yes, you can. Yeah. God told me that. You can love from afar. And if your spirit ain't right after you talk to people and they bringing you down, or you thinking lack, or you thinking low vibrations, I don't even have no low vibrations right now, honey. We talking up till it's stuck, honey. Okay? Child, y'all gonna stop playing with Lynn, honey. Clock in with Lynn, honey. Make sure y'all go to YouTube and clock in with Lynn, honey. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you share. Because y'all, if y'all do that, I can bring y'all high quality things, honey. I can bring the content. I can bring everything. But I just need y'all to do one little simple thing. Subscribe. That's just a tap. To like. That's just a tap. To share. That's just a tap. If y'all can't do that, come on now. Come on now. I ain't asking for your money. I ain't asking for nothing, child. Even though if you got some money to give me, child, I'm here. But I'm just saying, please, just subscribe. Just share. It's just a baby tap. Tap, subscribe. Tap, like. Tap, share. What does that do for you? But you know what? When you give and help others, it comes back to you, right? So be kind. Give, give, give. Kindness can't be taken from you. You give, it comes back. So think about that. I'm asking for just a little bitty smile, a little tap on your little computer, your little phone, or the little iPad. That's a tap. Y'all can't tap. Come on now. Now, support your girl so I can do what I need to do. I need to go sell some houses. I need to talk to y'all. We got to do some matchmaking, honey. We got love, money. That's two things we trying to do. Love and money, honey. Okay? Help your girl out so I can help you. Help me help you. Help me help you. Okay? Hey, Ben. Hey, friend. Love y'all. Thank you guys for being on Clock In with Lynn. We got friend. We got Ben, honey. Let me tell y'all something. The people that support me, I promise you, honey, I'm going to remember all the people that support, honey. Yes, I'm taking notes. Queens are born in August. They say queens are born in August. That's me. All right, y'all. So thank y'all. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You are awesome. Make sure you go onto YouTube. It will be posted right after this, not pretty shortly. Go on there. Make sure you like, make a comment, do all of that. All of your activities on my YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram. I'm trying to figure out how to do my Instagram. I hope I can get that together soon. But please be active on there. If you have comments, any questions, if you have any Ask Lynn questions, I did put my email on here. It is clockinwithlynn@gmail.com. I will be answering questions of any emails that come into me on here live. So yes, honey. Yes. Love y'all. Good night. Happy Friday. TGIF. I love y'all. Mwah, 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 mwah. Yes. Bye, babes. Bye, Lynn's friends. Mwah.